Hello, this is Syllabus presentation for the online course Calculus and Linear Algebra, which is planned to have during the first semester for online students. My name is Halil Snopce. Here is my email address as well as my office phone number and my mobile phone. Of course, I am giving these informations for all our communication. We can communicate using the email address, and as well as if you consider that you must call me, you can call me either on my office or using my mobile phone. About instructor office hours, let me repeat this again. Please send me an email to schedule a meeting if you need. So if you need any kind of meeting, send me a mail to schedule a meeting. We can communicate directly using the webmail address, or maybe sometimes you can use Skype. And as I said previously, we can either communicate by phone directly, of course. But please make an appointment at least 2 days before meeting. You can use webmail for any kind of communication, as I said, and the webmail may be used according to request for additional explanations if you need additional explanation. Now let me give some description about the course Calculus and Linear Algebra. The aim of the module is to provide students with concepts of functions, definition of functions, continuity of basic functions, and so on. When I say concepts of functions, we will discuss everything about functions, how the function is defined, what is the definition of area, what are the values of the functions, how can we find the values of the functions. Then we'll discuss about some properties about the functions, as periodicity, evenness, bounded functions, and so on. Then we want to provide students with mathematical knowledge which will help them to find the limit of the functions. When I say limit of a function, I mean everything about the properties of limits, also infinite limits. We'll give some special limits as well as the right and left limit of the function, which we'll use, of course, then for discussion about the continuity of the function. Then also we want the course. During this course, we'll discuss about the derivative of the functions, integral of functions, and solving problems in relation with finding maximum and minimum functions. So we must use derivatives to find the maximum and minimum functions, as well as the monotonicity of the functions. All of this by the purpose to use in sketching the graph of the function. So we want to help students to use the above mentioned concepts, especially in sketching the graph of the function and applying integration in other disciplines. What are the objectives of the course? By the end of this module, students should be able to define different functions, to distinguish between different forms of functions, to define the properties of different functions, to define functions in different manners, tabular, diagrams, graphs, analytical, etc., to find limits, derivatives, differentials, and integrals of numerical functions. When I say integrals, both indefinite and definite integral, as well as to apply definite integrals in other disciplines, and so which is the purpose, so to use the above mentioned knowledges in practice and other natural sciences. Now let me explain about let me give some guidelines, about the expectations for this course. The attendance policy is first of these guidelines, so students are required to use Libri and regularly to send the homework at the end of each week. What I mean with this, let me explain how we are going to use the Libri. On the end of each week, especially Fridays and sometimes Saturdays, I will put materials on Libri. Because the Calculus and Linear Algebra is mathematical subjects, I am obliged to divide material into a few parts. The first part is the theoretical part, so you will receive the materials concerning the theoretical part of the module. Then the practical part. When I say practical part, you will receive materials concerning the examples, the solved exercises, and of course sometimes unsolved exercises. I will also create a folder by the name Older Material. So in this folder I will put materials which may be additional, which may give you additional help concerning the corresponding module. And also sometimes I will put some audio video presentations which I will consider that will be useful for you. And finally I will put the folder by the name homework when I ask from you to solve your homework and to send me until the end of the next week. When I say until the end of the next week, let's say if today is Saturday and I have put the materials in Library, you will have time until next Sunday. So at least 8 days to solve the homework and to send me back via email. So the feedback will be given in a timely manner. The incomplete grade is assigned when less than 50% of homework is not done. Is done, of course, less than 50%, and if the students do not take part either in both midterm exams or in the final exam. Also, I want to say something about the plagiarism. Plagiarism will not be tolerated. Anything plagiarized automatically results in 0 for the assignment. Please note that plagiarism is any copied material from the internet or book or a classmate. Here is the grading policy. So during this course we consider to work by solving the homeworks. So the homework in total can give you 30% of the total number of points. Then during this semester we will have 2 midterm exams. The first midterm exam will be done approximately in the middle of the semester, and the second one will be done on the last week of the semester. So both midterm exams are by 30%. And 10% will be about activity and discussion, about the activity, how active are you, about your interest for the subject and so on. So it is connected also by the regular solving of your homework. And after the second midterm exam, I will gather all the points and will give the proposal grade. If you are satisfied by the proposal grade, then everything will be okay. You will receive the grade which is proposed for you. Otherwise, if you are not satisfied by the grade, or if for any other reason you have not participated on the midterm exams, let's say, then you're obliged to come to the final exam. And final exam will have 60% of the total number of points, and homework and the activity will remain the same. So, and after completing all the points, let's say, I will give the grade for the subject, which depends from the grading scale, which is given there on the right part of this slide. If you have less than 50% of the points, your grade will be 5. If you have between 51 and 64% of the points, you will have grade 6, and so on until the maximum grade which can be received, which is 10, of course, and you should have more than 95% of points. So this is everything about this course. As I said previously, you be free to contact me and don't hesitate to contact me. You can ask everything, I will answer. I said often by using the webmail, it's a way of communication, but if you conclude that it's necessary to contact directly by the phone, don't hesitate to contact me by the phone as well. Thank you very much.